Okay, so I ran into a bit of a streaming problem. I started the stream uh, about 10 minutes ago, I think 5 minutes ago, and there was no video, only audio. So that was pretty bad, but I fixed the problem and I'd already saved the game, so let me tell you what I had done differently or what I'm going to do differently. No, sorry, let me just tell you what I did when there was no video in the stream. So I went into the shop and I got some new moves, mostly upgrades, but one new move. And oh hey, Curato Celtis, how's it going? That's a first time chatter for me. But anyway, I bought some new techniques and I put them in my slots here. So this is what I got: left jab, right hook 3, straight 3, and rocket uppercut. No, man. This is my favorite game of all time. My day's been going great, and this is actually this is probably my 20th playthrough of this game, but this is my first stream. So this is the first game that I'm streaming. So I'm new to streaming, but I'm very familiar with this game. So if you like this game, you'll hopefully be in for a good time. But so might as well talk about what I do here on my channel, since this is a first time chatter. So the purpose, yeah, me too, it's my favorite game. So the purpose of this channel is to introduce niche games to my audience. Let me just let the cutscene play out, then I'll talk some more.
I ran across this earlier. I don't need it, so it's yours.
A gift? Didn't I ask you to stay here?
Well, I need a favor in return.
That explains the gift.
It seems some people have been forced into slavery by the demons.
I feel their pain. I'm a slave too. I think I made a mistake. The slaves got it easy.
He really is just a little kid.
So anyway, yeah, I'm also going to be putting this on YouTube. I'm not sure how to make the chat pop up on the side of the screen. So for the YouTube audience, Curato Celtis here is saying that it's unfortunate what happened to the company. As we know, Clover Studios was a division of Capcom. Basically some of the best talent Capcom had, and this was the last game they made. They went on to make Platinum Games, and even Platinum Games isn't doing very well. And the guy that made this game, Shinji Mikami, split off from Platinum Games, went over to Tango Gameworks, and then we know what happened to Tango Gameworks. You know, Microsoft bought it, then the whole team got laid off. Pretty sad, really. But at least we got God Hand out of it, and God Hand really was a product of its time. I don't imagine that a game like this could exist today. At least the comedic elements in the game, I don't think they'll do that anytime in 2025. As for the quality of the game, I don't know. I mean, even Capcom, they have investors that they gotta please. If a developer brings an idea for a game like this, that's all about super good gameplay, that's very difficult, that'll only appeal to a niche audience, would they be interested in this type of game? I don't know. But yeah, the game really is. It is almost a perfect game. And even the little imperfections that this game has, you know, it's what give it character. So obviously there's no such thing as a perfect game, but as far as I'm concerned, if you just look at the gameplay, this game is as close to perfection as a video game can come, to me, in terms of how much fun you can have with a game. Because I'm someone that's played close to 10,000 games, and this, along with a few others, is one of the only games that I replay. So I usually don't like replaying games. I get bored of games and I always pick a new game to play over some game that I've already played. But with God Hand, like I mentioned before, this is probably my 20th playthrough of this game. And it's because every year or so since the game came out, I do a new playthrough, and I'm always discovering something new. Yeah, the new game plus in God Hand is not ideal. You do get some new moves, and there are some arena fights that you can do that you can't do in the base game. But the enemies are the same, and they don't get any stronger or faster. If you're already good at the game, New Game Plus just makes it easier. Still, if you know that they made this game in 8 or 9 months, the fact that they did anything for New Game Plus to begin with is a miracle in itself. Because Shinji Mikami had this cool idea for a game that he wanted to make, and he didn't have a lot of time and he didn't have a lot of money. So he pretty much made this game with passion alone as a resource. Yeah, items don't get carried on. Even money doesn't get carried on. You just get access to new overpowered moves. And I think one new fight at least that you can do. I try not to wall spam because if you watch my LP of this game and I keep doing wall spam, it's not fun to watch. So I try to mix it up and keep things interesting. Well, thanks, but like I said, I've been playing this game for pretty much ever since it came out. This is the one game that I can say I'm good at. But even then, if you're familiar with the YouTuber Mike Koba, if you've seen his combo videos, you know that the skill ceiling for this game is way higher than what I'm showing off here. There's so much you can do in this game. I was not paying attention to my health bar. I'm almost dead. Yeah. So one thing about this game is if you're not focused, if you're not paying attention to what's going on, you're gonna get clipped. And if you get clipped, there's a decent chance you'll die, especially if you're playing at level die. Good thing I didn't buy Stomping Fist because that just gave it to me straight up. I'd rather not use this at the start. So there's no health here. It would take a miracle for me to get this done. I'm probably gonna die here, but let's see what happens. Oh boy. Ooh, yeah. Figured that'd happen. Yeah, I'm really bad at multitasking. I think I need, what is it? Is it a widget or something where you see the chat pop up on the side of the screen? I definitely need that thing. Otherwise, I could either play the game or interact with the chat. Yeah, it is my first time streaming. So I've never streamed or done YouTube or anything like that before. I always wanted to. I always thought it was something I could do, but I didn't because I was worried that it would be a risky thing to do from a financial point of view because, streaming takes a lot of your time, and I didn't know if I could make any money doing this. But here's the thing, right now, things are so chaotic that even if you have like a regular job, you might get laid off. And I did do that. I mean, I'm still doing that. I have a regular day job, and I got an official degree, but there's no sense of safety or security, you know? Yeah, you could, your streams and all the time you put into streaming or YouTube might not pan out. You might never get popular. You might never make any money. But you put so much time and money into your education just so you can get a job at a corporation and make someone else money. And even then, you might get laid off for nothing. So even the regular path that everybody says there's stability in this, you should do that, even that isn't stable or reliable anymore. So why not do something that I want to do, you know? Yeah, it might not work out. My streams might never take off, but I owe it to myself to take that chance. That happened to you? Yeah, man. I mean, I think I don't know anybody that has a career longer than 5 years that hasn't been laid off. It's happened to me. It's happened to all of my friends. It's just what happens now. And so I have a younger brother, and I told him, the first thing you should learn how to do is how to make money as quickly as you can, because I had a very spoiled childhood. I didn't know how to make money. I never even had a regular job. The first time I got a job was when I got in college and I started working part-time. Yeah, part-time at the library. It was an IT job. That was the first time I ever had a job. Never got a job in high school. And because I thought I would just get a college degree, and I'd work for some corporation, and yeah, that is sort of a soulless slog of a life to live, but at the very least it's stable and you make money. But no, that's no longer the case. That's not reliable anymore. So instead of wasting all that time and money on my college degree, if I had started my YouTube and streaming career like 7-8 years ago, I probably, even as a failure, I probably would have built up an audience that would tune in just to see me. I could still make enough money to get by, you know? Because if you love video games as much as I do, and you have something worth saying that'll appeal to somebody. So even if I fail, if I'm not charismatic, if I can't build an audience, even then, I would still find a small group of people that'll like what I do. And I still would have been better off if I had been doing that for 7-8 years. Yes, you're right. If you have something special, people will come to you. True. And you should play to your strengths. What thing appeals to you? What did you like growing up? What your passions were? I used to scoff at people that used to say that you should follow your passions because that's how you end up with an art degree and then you're working at McDonald's. But to be honest, I mean, I did what you're supposed to do. I got a degree in IT. I got a degree doing something that I don't really like, but I got that degree because I heard that this is the stable thing to do. That if you get this degree, you'll get a job, then you'll get a good salary. I did all of that, and even still, I'm still struggling right now. So what the hell was the point? So the people that followed their passions, even if they're working at McDonald's right now, they followed their passions, so they're still better off than me. Ah, this spiky guy is really annoying, man. But at least better late than never, you know. At the very least, I'm doing what I want to do now. And there is something to be said for that corporate career track. I mean, it's not like I'm living as a deadbeat. I still have a, well, it's not a corporate job, but sort of like a regular salary job. I still do that in the daytime and I'm doing it part time. And the reason why I can do it is because I make just enough money to support myself with my day job, and that gives me enough time to focus on this. So if you don't know what your passion is, then yeah, you can probably get a college degree and get a regular job. But I think you should absolutely focus on what interests you, what your passions are, because that's what'll sustain you in the long run. Because the job market is terrible, you know. You might get laid off and then you have to look for jobs. And you know, the worst time in my life, the absolute worst time, was when I was applying to jobs. It's such a soul crushing thing to do, man. Applying to jobs, thousands of jobs, thousands, and you barely get like 4 or 5 interviews. And most jobs you apply to um, aren't even real jobs, they're just ghost jobs. They make that to give a sense to their investors that the business is growing and they're hiring more people. So they just hire people for no reason. And I went through that period, and the job I have now, you know, I don't make a lot of money. I barely make enough to get by, but I really don't want to apply to jobs again, man. I'd rather have a job where I barely get by and focus on my passions, like what I'm doing on stream, than apply to jobs again. That was the worst. And it would be one thing if you're like an extroverted person and you're good at making connections, but I'm not. I don't know if you could tell from just the way I look and how I talk, but I really don't tolerate a lot of bullshit, and I can't really just make friends with people just so I can make connections and just talking to people so they'd be useful to me later on. So it was even harder for me to apply for jobs because I didn't really have any references or connections to make use of. But yes, I guess you're right. Enough of this dark talk. I hope the future will change. I do. I always hope for the best. Because that's the thing about having dark thoughts is it doesn't really do anything for you. If you think that things won't get better and it's only going to suck, you still have to live in that world, you know? You still have to get by and live and be about your life in a world that you think sucks. So why would you have that mindset? Yeah, just let it go. Just hope for the best and just believe that things will get better. Even if they don't do, that's what you should believe for your own mental health. I really like this guy. It's a very challenging fight, but it's also pretty good. Ooh, I didn't want to use the God Hand on him because I like fighting him. Tiger Joe, yeah. I think he also has a tiger uppercut. I think he does a tiger uppercut, like Sagat. Yeah, he is a menace, but he's also fair in the sense that you can learn his moveset, and if you do, it becomes a really fun fight. Worthy opponent, yeah.
Great.
Remnant 2, yeah, I've played it, but it's a shooter. I don't like shooters. I'm not very good at them either, and I don't like them. I know it's a Souls-like shooter. I can appreciate it. I know what it's trying to do, and it's doing it well, but the genre just doesn't appeal to me. Well, you might be right that it is more than that, but the core of it is a shooter, right? So, regardless of what it's doing at its core, it is a shooter. Yeah. So I can definitely appreciate what it is, but it's not for me. So shooters, side-scrollers, and platformers are the three genres that just don't appeal to me at all. But other than that, most genres I do play.
Wow.
So when I don't need held items, they give me tons of held items. My favorite game of all time, this game. That's why this is the first game I'm doing for my streaming career. This is my favorite game of all time. Number 2 is Resident Evil 4, which, you know, is a testament to the director Shinji Mikami, because he made Resident Evil 4 and then like 9 or 10 months later he made God Hand. And that's my first and second most favorite games. RE4? I like both of them. I think pacing wise the original is way better. I also, because the YouTube can see this, let me say, so he's saying, do you prefer the original or the remake of Resident Evil 4? So I like both of them. Pacing wise I prefer the original. It's such a super precise, tightly packaged game. There's no fat anywhere. There's nothing you can cut out, nothing you can edit. It's a pretty much perfect game, as close to perfect as you can get. Sort of like God Hand in the sense. The remake introduces lots of good combat changes. So the knife parries are super cool. I really like the knife. And the story is better, characterization is better. All of the characters have more depth to them. So, yeah, there are some good things about the original and others about the remake. And I'm glad they did it this way, because if it was just like the base original game, then what would be the point of the remake? I'm glad they did things differently. And I always find this move hilarious. such a weird move. I don't really like doing the wall spam, but sometimes you just gotta get rid of somebody. Remake of Yakuza 3? No, I'm not, honestly. Because the system that they're using now, the 3D Dragon Engine system, the combat in that system sucks. I prefer the combat in the prior engine that they had. The culmination of that was Yakuza 0. The three styles they had in that game for the two characters was the best implementation of combat in the Yakuza franchise. To this day, it's 4? Oh, yeah, 4, because you have the three styles and then you unlock the fourth style, which is the classic style. Yeah, you're right. And I prefer that. Yes, the last one is secret. So I prefer that over the new Dragon Engine combat. I really don't like the Dragon Engine at all for combat. Obviously, the visuals are way better, but combat-wise, it's not good. Even the other game that they made, Judgment, I don't like the combat in that at all. It just feels like a regular. It almost feels like a Western open world game. To be honest, I really didn't like the combat, and I prefer the combat that they have in the older PS2 and PS3 games. And I do like Yakuza 7 and 8, but again, the combat, the JRPG combat, is too simplistic. They do a lot to make it more palatable, like the jobs you have in the game, like homeless bum and stuff like that. That's hilarious. So they did add a layer of creativity to it, but still, just from a gameplay point of view, what are you doing for 80 to 90% of the game? You're doing the combat, and the combat is, it's JRPG combat. It's not great, but it's fine. I did enjoy 7 and 8, but if you ask me what I prefer the combat in the PS2 games. So long story short, no, I'm not looking forward to Yakuza Kiwami 3 because I already know the story. The only thing they're changing is upgrading the visuals. I'm not really big on graphics. I mean, I'm playing a PS2 game right now, so I don't really care that much about graphics. So other than that, the story is going to be the same. They might add a few new things. And honestly, 3 does have the weakest story to me. 1 and 3 are the worst stories in Yakuza. Every other game has a better story. So, yeah, there's really not much for me to look forward to in Kiwami 3. I haven't played the pirate game yet, though. I would love to play that game. I think I might play it on stream at some point. I'd have to figure out how to make capture cards work because I'm playing this on my laptop. I don't think my laptop can handle streaming a modern Yakuza game, so I might have to figure out how to stream on my PC while playing on my PS5. I'll need a capture card for that, and I'll need to know how to hook it up. Absolutely, I will give it a try. I'll play the Pirates game. I just have to figure out how to stream it from my PS5 while on my PC. And I think this is the biggest gauntlet in the game. Or second biggest. There's another that just towards the very end. Wow, yeah, this guy does tons of damage. So this will be a bit tough, but let's see. Anytime I talk and play at the same time, my level just goes down so much. I'm terrible at multitasking. That's why I'm a terrible driver. Anytime I'm driving with some friends, I've had very, very close, like near miss, almost accidents. And I wouldn't even notice. My friends would say, you know what, how about you let me drive instead? I'd be like, huh, what do you mean? What did I do? And then they tell me, oh, we almost died there. One time I was driving, my friend said, "Please stop talking." Even if I'm not talking, if I'm listening to something. Like there was this one time, actually not one time, this happened multiple times. I was listening to a podcast and I was making instant noodles. And I removed the noodles from the packaging and I put the packaging in the cooking stove or the cooking pot, and I put the contents, the actual noodles, in the trash, and I put the package or the wrapper on the pot. Yeah, I imagine there are people like that out there.
My style is impetuous.
By the way, did you know what these lines are in the game? When they say my style is impetuous, my defenses are impregnable, and you're not Alexander, they're quoting Mike Tyson. Because Japan loves Mike Tyson. Why are these demons quoting Mike Tyson? No reason. Just like most things in this game, they just exist. There's no reason for it. Yeah, most of these lines are from one of his promos, one of Mike Tyson's promos. Almost everything that these NPCs say, he said all of them in one promo. So I guess somebody on the dev team really liked that Mike Tyson promo. Back then they made games with love. Yes, I think there are still people like that out there, like Clear Obscure Expedition 33. So there are still people making games with love. The problem is in the AAA scene, that's become more and more difficult because games are becoming more and more expensive. So companies can't take risks anymore. Because back in the day, you'd make a game for like $10-20 million. If it didn't sell, that's okay. I mean, the company would take a loss, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But now you make a game for like 100, 200, 300 million dollars. You pretty much put your company's future 2-3 years into that game, and if it tanks, that might be the end of the company. So developers or publishers are scared to take those types of risks now, and that's why it seems, and a lot of the times it is, that they don't make games with love, because they don't. The games are made or approved by committee. So you might have an idea for a radical game like God Hand, and then the developers would show a vertical slice of the game to the money man, whoever's in charge of financing things, and they'd look at that and they'd go, this game seems too risky, tone this down, tone that down, don't have this type of humor because it'll upset people, this type of gameplay is too hard, make the game easier, remove this, change that, and at the end you'd end up with some sort of gray blob that was approved by focus groups, and it would no longer seem like something that was the work of one talented mind. You know, like Hideo Kojima games? I don't even like Hideo Kojima games, but I can look at those games and say this was made by an artist who had an idea for what he wanted to do, and he implemented those ideas and nobody was able to stop him, because his games are so weird. And you can see it. Even in God Hand, you can see that. Yes, you're right. Many games sell for the idea of the game, not the graphics. But unfortunately, the biggest games still prioritize the graphics over the idea. And they end up paying for it. Sort of like Ubisoft. They kept making the same game over and over again. And eventually, fans get tired of it. They just focused on improving the graphics and making things look better, but it was the same game over and over and over. And eventually people got sick of it. In fact, not just Assassin's Creed, like all of their games are the same game, just with a slightly different tone. In fact, even when they made like a racing game, you would have to climb a tower to reveal the map in the racing game, the crew. It's like irony is lost on them. And I'm sure the developers didn't want to do that. I'm sure somebody, uh, some big executive came up and said, hey, we need these ideas in the game. And the developer might have said, well, this is stupid. This is a racing game. Why are we climbing a tower? But then they're not the one with the money, so there's not much they can do about it. And I feel bad for a lot of these developers, but I genuinely believe that if they just get a group together, not to make what's the word, not to make a union, just get a bunch of developers together to talk about creating your own company and then quit working for the corporate shitty studio that they're working for right now and go through like 2 or 3 years of hardship, running DoorDash or whatever you have to do while you work on your game, and then put out a really good game. Because there are AA studios that have done that. I don't know about the Claire Obscure guys, but I know that some of them used to work at Ubisoft. So it's possible. It's just that it's a risk and people don't want to take that type of risk. It depends on the individual. I mean, I'm doing it on a very small level. I just have a stream, but that's basically what I'm doing. Instead of putting my energy into getting a higher paying job at a corporation, I'm spending all of my free time trying to develop my stream. And it might not pan out, it might not work out, but at least I feel fulfilled, at least I gave it a shot.
You've learned well. Shino.
And as discussed before, if you beat the Pixie Challenge on a higher difficulty, you get more money. So if you beat it on level die, you get the most amount of money. That's why I just got 30,000. Well, we just got a lot of money, might as well buy something new. I don't need these two power-ups. Might buy a new move. Let's see. Rolling Sobat, dashing Sobat. Well, this one looks cool. Dog racing, yeah, I might as well show it off again. Honestly, it's not a gamble. There is one winning dog that'll win like 95% of the time. That's Lucky Clover. So, yeah, I could do that. Dashing Soba. Okay. And it is fun to watch them. Sexy mate. You know what? I might as well. So this dog is going to lose. I know it's going to lose, but, I want to bet on the sexy mate. Now, let's see. Yep. Yep. So pretty much what I thought was going to happen. Coming in last. Beat by 49 Cent, Dirty Sanchez, massive damage, and 37 in a row. Sad. Let's see. Oh, there he is, Lucky Clover. So Lucky Clover is going to win 95% of the time. If you bet on Lucky Clover, he's going to win. So if you just want to make money, bet on Lucky Clover. And there he goes. So I said it last time, the gambling in this game is very generous, but it's also sort of malicious in the sense that it makes you think you can win in real life. Because if you go to the casino and if you play blackjack in the casino or the slots or poker, the odds are in your favor, which is not true in real life. If you were to gamble in real life, you would lose all of your money. But this game gives you the impression that if you gamble, you can make money, which in this game you can do. The odds are in your favor. Like I said, if you bet on Lucky Clover, he's going to win, and you'll just make money for free, as much money as you want. Same with blackjack. A lot of the times, you'll just straight up get blackjack in blackjack. In my last stream, I got 2 blackjacks in a row playing blackjack, which is ridiculous, you know. In real life, that'll almost never happen. I really like this one because he jumps with such confidence. He goes, "Ha!" and then he falls. You know what? I might as well fail on purpose. Yeah, you're right. The slot machine is also in your favor. So here it goes. He jumps with such confidence. Ha! I just like doing that. Oh, that time it was not on purpose. That time I actually messed up. All right, I'm going to do it seriously now. Okay, no more messing around. And the game has these little moments, mini games and little puzzle type things, which are, you know, they're like a staple of Capcom. Almost all Capcom games have little things like this. Or at least they used to back in the day. It's not quite as frequent these days. Ooh, that's pretty good. So I could have launched him off, but I'm trying to build my meter. My favorite stage? I really like stage 5 because it's based off of Venice. I really like the idea of a city with that's pretty much sort of like a floating city, you know, where the roads are all made of water and you have to get on boats. This guy, however, is a problem. Because he does so much damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Damn it. Yeah, this all happened because I was trying to preserve meter for the next stage. Does it still give me the same thing? Okay, so that's like a predetermined drop. Huh. Is that a bug? Supposed to have 0 HP here. Oh well. A lot of the times you have to kite enemies in this game, because fighting them as a group is really annoying.
Great.
I'm still being greedy. And I don't even know if the fight ahead is hard, but I'm trying to preserve my meter. You know what, I might as well just kill this guy. I mean, I already spent so much time on it. Oh, the midgets are up next? Good thing I didn't use the meter. Man, I've played this game 20 times and I didn't remember that. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, I think you're right, the midgets are up next. And I'll definitely need meter for them. I'm really bad at that fight. Any fight with multiple opponents, I'm really bad at. Yep, it's the midgets.
Time to shuffle up and deal! I've got a killer hand! I've got a killer hand! You're gonna get it! You're gonna get it! Quit imitating me!
Ah, this is dumb.
Oh boy.
Great.
Ooh. Okay. Damn it. Picked up the roulette wheel. This'll do. Okay. And yes, if you eliminate just one of them, the fight gets way easier because he drops health, and now there's 4 of them. As well pick this up. The red one, yeah, he's almost dead. And he does drop a strawberry. Wait, what? Doesn't he give you a strawberry? Oh boy. I really don't want to lose to these idiots. Damn it. The Mad Midget 5. Let's go for a 2. There we go. Wait, did I only get one of them? Where'd the other 2 go? Oh well. Might as well take care of this guy. Damn it. Dragon Kick does less damage than 100 Fists. Quite less, actually. I think it does half as much damage. That's the thing about the roulettes in this game. Are very, very different in terms of the damage they do. And some of them become completely useless after a while because you just get a straight up upgrade. Like Divine Smash and Divine Smash 2. But just to show it off, might as well, since you asked, I might as well do Dragon Kick. Sure. Let me get 2 of them. Oh, that's perfect. There you go. Okay, now we're done with the fight. There's only 3 left. Poor guy, I always wail on the last guy. Maybe I'll get to be the leader in the sequel. So they're based on the Power Rangers. Does the Blue Ranger ever become a leader? It's always the Red Ranger, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't spend so much time clubbing. This guy says, maybe that hand wasn't so killer.
Nice.
I'll never get to be a girl's best friend. 'Cause he's diamond. I think I need new pants. Why does Heart get the worst line? All the others say something related to their card type, but then Art says I need new pants.
Damn, that's a long way down.
I didn't send you an invitation, did I?
Yeah, this is the one where we have that pervert slave that likes getting whipped. It even has a different voice actor.
You're only allowed to stop working when you're dead. You must keep working. More than one of you should be enjoying this.
Poor guy. I can only take one weapon. I think the hammer is better than this giant 2x4. Is it even a 2x4? Or do you even call this thing? Oh boy. Stomp sucks. I hate using Stomp because it doesn't even give you any invincibility and I always do it accidentally. Might as well pick up one of the weapons they dropped. Damn it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you! Thank you!
Thank you.
Awesome.
Forearm Smash 2. This is a pretty good one.
I love
It's
it.
an upgrade to Forearm Smash. Thought I could come back there, but I guess not. He's still alive. Let me see if this works. Yep, it works. So you're fully invincible during a suplex. And I think most pummels you are fully invincible. Oops. In a bad place. Just make one or two mistakes and most of your health is gone in this game.
Great.
Oh, now I get why I was getting so much health. Because the boss fight is coming up. Oh, this guy. I hate this guy.
You came here to kill me too, huh?
Say what?
You're not going to trick me! Try this rock upside your head!
I really don't like this fight. Damn it. Getting in my way. Come on. Okay, good. He's gone. Oof.
Awesome.
I think he picked the wrong game to appear in. I think so too. He should not be in this game. It's a terrible fight. And I have 30,000, might as well buy a power-up. Okay. So we are getting there. I mean, we're not that close to the end. There's 2 more stages, but the last one is pretty big, so. We are getting there. And I'll change out my techniques. Dashing so bad is cool, but it takes too long. Drunken Fall is a bullshit move. I might show it off at some point, but I think Forearm Smash 2 is good now.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
Keep that banana here for now. I don't know what's coming up next. Oh yeah, there's that samurai that shows up here. Might as well fight him with a sword.
Awesome.
Well, that was easy. What do we have here? No, do not pick it up. Elbow Vortex. It's okay. At this point they start giving you techniques in treasure chests because they start to become too expensive. Okay.
That's a move.
Clean the place out.
Nice.
Don't need that right now. Wow, she went off the stage. Might as well take this. I have tons of resources to use. Poor Tiger Joe. I want to fight him, but I have all these resources to use, you know? Yeah. He does do that. Eventually stops dodging. Yep. Poor guy. Be honest, if you didn't have that thing, I would have won, right? He says that if you use a roulette move or if you use the God Hand gauge. And even if you don't, he says there's no way I could beat someone with the God Hand. So he's got excuses for both. But he's not wrong, because we saw at the start of the game that Gene was practically powerless without the God Hand. And when he got that, it's like he leveled up. So even if he doesn't use... Even if he doesn't release the brace, he's still super strong with the brace on.
Awesome.
So I guess Tiger Joe isn't wrong. But then again, Tiger Joe isn't a human either. He's a demon. So he has that demon power up and we have the God Hand. So he's still making excuses, is what I'm trying to say.
Great.
Banana. Shannon reveal. So this is another true demon boss fight. I'm just gonna lower the difficulty here because true demon boss fights aren't fun. You know, you can't juggle them, you can't launch them. You just have to keep mashing the square button and dodge. That's kind of boring.
We meet again. I've been looking for you.
I don't recall sending you an invitation. Admit it. You missed me, didn't you?
I'm here for the big guy.
I'm not interested in the last wish of a dead man. I just need a real man who knows how to pleasure a woman.
Big guy! What in the world did you see in this chica anyway? Whatever. I'm sending her back to hell, so she's all yours.
You are so amazing.
Okay. So as soon as the fight starts, after all that cool talk that Jean did, I'm just gonna grovel at the start of this fight. Okay. Because, you know, this fight isn't really that fun. You just gotta keep doing this over and over again. Can you even launch? Nah, you can't. Even with an absolute launch move, forearm smash is an absolute launch move. Even that doesn't launch him. So it's not really a fun fight. Might as well see what's in these boxes. Use this. And her music sucks too. At least Elvis has good music. Ah, boy. That said, I mean, I am brute forcing the fight, so I could make it more fun for me, but might as well get it over with.
No, I'm not ready to die.
Die? You're not gonna die. I'm just sending you home.
But I still want to have fun here.
It's only fun to you. Well, looky here. Everyone's come to say goodbye.
Worthless wretches!
If you bump into the big guy in hell, tell him I said hi.
Yeah, I messed up quite a bit. I was screwing around, so a lot of those continues are... Because I did that dumb thing. That platforming
It looks
fail.
like the ones you put so much faith in are gone. Foolish human. Finishing one worthless mortal is nothing. I don't need your help. I already have the power to fulfill our goals.
Goals? You mean resurrecting Angra? A pointless exercise. We could easily rule this world together.
Human, remember your place.
Do as you wish. I shall choose my own path.
A path to ruin. Soon you'll be nothing but an insect in the palm of my hand. Insect.
A lot of the direction is very nonsensical. Now, what was that laughter for? If there was a point to it, I didn't get it. So anyway, we're at stage 7 now, and I think I talked about it last time. It's better if I have what's the word? Right, it's better if I buy the moves at the start of a stream rather than at the end, so that way I remember what it is and there's something to look forward to. So I think we're gonna call it here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.